Good morning, holy brothers! Thank you so much for joining us this morning on our pathway to peace in the Garden of Peace. If you're following along, we're on page 252. Today's lesson will be called Marry, Carry. Not that carry. We'll find out soon enough who it is. A husband should never give his wife the feeling that he is incapable of making a living. Some people are so defeatist. They say, oh, I've tried, I can't do it, I'm terrible. Anything in life. It could be they just started piano lessons. You know, my mom is a piano teacher. She taught everybody in the neighborhood growing up. It's unbelievable, yeah. Some of them are really professionals now, and they do it for a living, and everything is thanks to her. They're amazing.
Do you play the piano?
I used to play the piano, but since my mom was a teacher, it never really worked out so well. I went to guitar, my other brother went to drums, and the other one also went to guitar. Sure, yeah, so we all play those now. Anyway,
Still play?
Yeah, of course, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Even every Saturday night, we're playing by Abdullah. Make sure the kids are singing and dancing.
You're a musician.
Hello, yes. If you haven't seen Daily Dose of Divinity for the Shiurim, also check out all the music videos. It's fantastically phenomenal. Anyway, so now she teaches the grandkids, which is so much more of a pleasure for her. What are we talking about? Oh, so in the beginning, they come home, they want to play songs the first day that they go. Like, I don't understand, why can't I play Happy Birthday? Why can't I play Marital Lamb? And they get so frustrated first, second, third time. And it sounds terrible. You know, they're playing a note, and then 5 minutes later they're playing another note, and it sounds like garbage, like nothing. And people think that they can get things and they can grasp them in a moment. Things take time, they take practice, they take patience. As with anything in life, if you think right away is going to be so easy for you, you got another thing coming. It's not the way the world works, usually. If you want to get good at a craft, you have to practice it over and over and over again. Whatever you've been doing, if you're doing it 5, 10, 20 years, the more better you get at it, the more second nature it becomes, the more understanding you have in the field, the more you can give over to somebody else new. You know, but don't get frustrated right away when you want to master something. If you keep practicing, you keep doing it over and over again, you're going to get so much faster, so much more fluid, and you have so many less mistakes. But don't give up right away. The Yetzer Hara says, oh, you're terrible at it. You can't do this. Look at how it sounds. Look at what you're doing. It's terrible. You don't even know. So don't give up. Keep working at it over and over again. Even in marriage, it's the same thing. You marry a wife, and you think you're supposed to be perfect. You think you're supposed to be golden. You even have a copy of the book. You'll learn these lessons every day. You'll listen to the shiurim online. You know what you're supposed to say in your head. And guess what happens? Your wife says something and it flies out of your mouth. What the heck, man? We just learned about this yesterday. No comments, no criticism. What are you doing? Your Yetzer Hara, when it gets attacked, it feels so vulnerable, and you got to defend yourself. You say, no, she's wrong. What's she doing? You know how many times I take out the garbage? What's wrong with her? She's right next to it. She can take it out herself. The Yetzer Hara will fire up against you because that's his job in this world. It's here to give you challenges for you to overcome it. Okay, fine. You were good for a whole week, and now you messed up. Grow from it. Tzaddikim, the greatest ones, it says they fall on the face through the mud 7 times. Huge failings and fallings, not little trip-ups. Even the greatest people can fall and fail. So because you have good shalom bias, don't think it's going to be like that all the time. Don't think it's going to be easy. You have to challenge yourself. You have to grow and know that it's going to come your way to help you get better. But the more you practice, the more you remember what you're supposed to say, the more you pray to Hashem, the more you learn lessons, the more it's going to sink in, and the better you're going to become at it with everything in life. Anyway, don't let that get you, and don't feel bad because of it. Don't ever think when you're earning a living, when you're good at your craft, that you say, oh my gosh, I just started this, and I can't make a sale. You know, you started real estate, I don't know what to say to them, nobody wants to buy the houses for me. It's all the Yetzer Hara. That's not reality. That is your evil inclination blinding your eyes to what's going on. Never say no to something, especially if it's your obligation, especially if it's your role. Don't try to pawn it off to somebody else. If his wife asks for something, he should promise to do his utmost to fulfill her request. Whatever it is. The fact that she's asking you for it is a way that you should understand that God has brought something into your reality because he knows you can do it. He knows 10,000 million times more what you can do better than what you think you know you can do. If she's asking for it, there's a reason that was brought into your realm. Why am I hearing this right now? Why am I hearing that song on the radio? Who stopped next to me at the red light right now? Why did my friend just call me after 20 years of not talking to him? What is going on? He should do it in a way that he understands that this is a mission for him. I'm willing to accept it. This is your mission. Should you choose to accept it? Yes, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's get self-destruct in 3 seconds. Get out of the way before you get burned. In that case, Hashem will provide for him. Who's the one who gives you all the money? Who's the one who brings you all the clients? Who's the one who has everything dumped in your lap? It's from Hashem. And if you know that he can do that for you, he can do anything for you. Don't worry about your parnasa, your living, when you know where everything comes from in the first place. Stop clouding your mind, skewing your judgment. Recognize reality. This is it. A wife looks to her husband, and then the husband should look to God. Look to Hashem. Don't look back to your wife. Don't talk back to your wife. Recognize the chain of events and where you should be talking, looking, listening to all the time through everything in life. The Shevet Musa writes, do not mention anything to your wife about your family or to your family about financial matters. It's not their job to support you. That's not what they're here for. You are here to give to them. You're the giver. That means especially in financial matters. If you have a problem, if you have a deal that's gone sour, if you have a client that didn't pay you, some hiccup along the road, do not bring that home to her. Don't dump that stress onto her. It's my obligation. I'll take care of it. I'll fix it. Why do I have to worry her?
What if a deal went good? Do you bring it up to her?
Great things, positivity, compliments, all the time. Criticism, comments, not for her. Even if it's to do with your financial matters. Even if she's paying the bills. Let's say I'm making the money and I give it to her because she likes to pay the bills. That's her favorite thing in the world. She's OCD. My wife, I'm telling you, I don't even know what the car payments are. I don't know what the mortgage on our house is. I don't know what the tuition costs. Frankly, I don't even care. If she wanted me to do it, 1,000% I'll buckle down and be on top of everything. But the fact she loves to do it, it gives her so much satisfaction, and she likes that control. She wants to be able to manage it. Great! One less thing for me to do. You know how many things I have to manage that I can have stress for if I wanted to be stressed out? Do I need to add more to it if she likes to do it? Great! Here, have it. Enjoy. Be my guest. Look it over 10,000 times. Go over all the bank accounts. Go over all the statements. My pleasure. Here, take the money and do what you want with it. I don't need to be involved. If that's what you want to do. Otherwise, you got to take responsibility for it. But if she likes it, if it gives her pleasure, do I need control? Do I have to have her? I'm the man? No, it's my money. Get out of here. Put yourself down. Humility. Moshe. That's who we got to be. What would Moshe do, right? They love the bands, by the way. They're almost out of them. If you want one, come your way, God willing. So, a wife does not have the emotional, the spiritual wherewithal to cope with your problems. It's not her deal. Women have so many emotions. They have so many rock and roller coasters going on every month, even not during that time. But why do you need to add to their problems? Don't make yourself have problems because you want to give her problems, and then she's going to be mad at you. She's going to bounce right back. She's going to boomerang and hit you in the face. Forget it. It's not a responsibility to make the living. Income is a husband's concern. Again, it says it in the Kesuba. We wrote it down before. We talked about it already. But also the fact that you're the giver. Remember that. In everything, you're the giver. For money, for everything. For compliments, you have to be that giver. Don't look to be the one who needs to receive the compliments every time you do something good. Don't you be the one who needs to receive the money. Everything in life. Remember, you're the sun, you're shining to her. And she's going to glow, good or bad energy, whatever you're giving to her. Listen to her complaints if she has. Recognize what is going on that she's telling me this in the first place. Why is this happening to me, for me, to help me? It's my job to support her, not the other way around. In Hebrew, the word to marry and the word to carry is the same word. La seis. We said before, every word in Hebrew is designed specifically for a purpose. The word for speech, we always say, is dibor. Daled beis resh is the same exact word for thing, for davar. Why is speech and thing the same thing? Because all things in the world are crystallized God's speech into form. Things are just speech. That's why when we talk, we've got to be so careful what we say to a person or about a person, because you're making that your reality and their reality. You're bringing that into physical form, bad or good. Only speak good because you want good in your life. So the word to marry and to carry are the same exact words. When a husband marries a wife, it's his job, it's his obligation to be the one who literally, figuratively, financially is the one carrying her, not the other way around. Oh, good morning, my brother. Marry and carry in Hebrew. You know what that word is? Yes?
Marry and carry?
Yeah, in Hebrew.
No.
I say, because when you marry a wife, it's your obligation to carry her. Don't be the one who needs to be carried around in a basket, baby. When a husband marries the wife, it's his job to carry the wife, which means supporting her financially, supporting her emotionally, supporting her mentally, supporting her physically, whatever she needs, be there for her. She needs to schlep out the garbage, you'll be the one to pick up the heavy load. She came home with the groceries, you run outside so you can be the one bringing it back in the house. I see to say a man marries, a play on words, and carries a woman, not the other way around. From experience, when a husband burdens his wife with financial woes, in addition to the problems already at hand, he'll have to contend then also with his wife's anger, with her complaints, with her frustrations, making his dilemmas so much more worse, burdening his burdens with even more problems. He'll have to contend now with her anger, her complaints, her frustrations, her having to contend with financial problems will break her to pieces and sadden her to no end, knowing that there are problems in the marriage that she wants you to take care of. Now that she knows that A, you're not doing it, and now she has to have the problem of your problems, how much can you load onto her without cracking her? How much stress and burden can she take? As far as money management, a husband has three alternatives. Number one, manage the money. Be the one to do it. Don't ask, run at the opportunity. Two,
If she says.
again, here's the three options, right? Two, they manage money together, right? Let's say he decides, I'm going to take care of the bills, you take care of the tuition, I'm going to take out whatever it might be. They each have a role, each have a responsibility.
It should be discussed.
Well, I'm just telling you the options first. Right? Number three is that he lets her manage all the money. Okay? The first two alternatives often lead to bickering and to disagreements, since the husband oversees and frequently criticizes his wife's expenditures. Also, if anything is lacking or anything is missing, guess what? The wife's going to blame the husband. This is your fault. Why are you not taking care of anything? Also, if anything is lacking, he's going to be the one taking the brunt from his wife. But when the husband gives free financial reign to his wife, he gives the checkbook in her hands, says, hey, here's what we need to spend, here's what we need to pay, and on top of that, spend whatever you want on whatever you want. Yeah? He's going to win 4 times over. If you're not looking at what she's spending and allowing her to have the freedom of what she actually wants to get, because now she has the power, now she has the credit card, now she has the checkbook, now she has the cash. Firstly, you're showing what to her when you give her that? Trust. Absolutely. Basic understanding. I trust you with my life. I trust you.
Why can't I pay the bills and let her do that as well? Like take care of it.
It's saying if you're giving her the freedom and the control over the bank account. right? To spend it wherever she wants. To have the permission to be able to get what she likes. So first is trust. And that gives her a wonderful feeling of security. It makes her feel warm inside. Second, she's going to have no complaints from her husband that he is the one holding things back from her. Every single time she wants to spend, she has to go ask you, please can I borrow the credit card? Please can I have it now? Please can I go get gas? Please can I buy a diamond necklace? So it doesn't feel like he's withholding from her. He's a constant giver, by definition, 24/7. She doesn't have to ask for it because she has it. Thirdly, if his income is actually limited, if there's a problem, she'll be more readily understanding of the situation because she has access all the time, online, on her phone to her bank account. She can press it at the tip of her fingers and know everything that's going on in the exact moment, all the time. And fourth, they will save the wear and tear of arguments about money. They're not going to bicker who gets to do what all the time. It's in her hand, and she can have that freedom. She can have that access. We're going to go more into all this depth next time, but understand when you be a man who is a giver, because that's the definition of who you should be in the marriage, try to find a way that you're an unlimited giver, unlimitedly, all the time. Find some way that there can be access. Maybe it's giving her a credit card. Maybe it's giving her a checkbook. Whatever it might be, but find a way that your compliments are limitless too. That your praises are limitless too. But any negativity, any comments, any criticisms are never found anywhere in her realm that's coming from you to her, hitting that way in that direction. We'll continue, God willing, more tomorrow.
Some fantasy book?
And with that, have an awesome, amazing rest of your day.